And we're just putting our items here in the trunk of our Waymo. We're going to go to the hotel. So, put all that in there. You get an idea of this. Waymo greets you with a whole bunch of cool things, including your name on the top, OmarAlohaDude up there. And you can see all of the sensors and so forth here. And tonight, I think we're going to ride in front. You ready? I think so. I'm ready too.
Good evening, Omar Aloha.
What a warm welcome. That's amazing. We're going to start the ride in just a moment. Bear with me while I put on my seatbelt. Now, to start the ride, we are going to press the button. Should we press it? I agree. Thanks. Let's go.
Heading to AC Hotel Phoenix Biltmore. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened. For any questions, press the call support button to speak with a rider support agent.
No problem at all. So, we have a little bit of a drive ahead of us, but no worries. A couple of things about Waymo, as you can see here. This is our driver. And that's good. We didn't hit anyone in the parking lot. I'm always glad for that. I've actually found that Waymo is actually pretty good at following traffic laws, and I've had no issues. As you know, I've had a number of other Waymo rides that we've done, but here is one of them. We're gonna do this entire ride tonight, so hopefully it'll be fun. We'll do some fun stuff along the way. So we're here in Phoenix, actually in Tempe. We had to make a quick stop before we go to the hotel. Now, you know, when you get in, you saw how we started everything. There's also a number of the other options. You know, right? You can add your own, I don't know if you can see that here on the screen. You can add your own music. You can view the route. You can adjust the temperature. We'll make that 68. They always set it to 69, but we're gonna set it to 68. You can also play your own music. You can play Waymo's music, or you can ask Waymo to pull over. Now, I should mention, there are actually cameras in here, as well as microphones. And we'll show you that video in just a moment. It's kind of cool. I think it's fun. You can see the cameras in back too. You could conceivably fit 4 passengers in here. Nobody's allowed to sit in the driver's seat. And here you can see we're pulling out onto a relatively busy road, but I think that's fun. Hey, Case Cat. Who's monitoring? Oh, thank you. Who's monitoring the cameras and microphones? So, we'll actually watch a video in a couple of minutes that talks about that. There are, obviously the vehicle's always being monitored, but but in fact, you'll find that they say they're not listening to you unless you ask for call support. So that's the situation there. Case Cat and Kathleen D, thanks for your messages so far. Here, we'll learn a little bit about this car next. So this is, in fact, a Jaguar I-Pace. And you can see our location here in Tempe and in Phoenix. And that's what our car looks like. We can also watch the riding tips video. If you want to see that, we'll show that one for sure. Hey, Ashley. So, are you liking this ride or are you not liking this ride?
If you're traveling with little ones or expecting, please see the seatback card for more information. We'll do all the driving, so please don't touch the steering wheel or pedals during your ride. We
You know, anytime somebody tells me not to touch it, you know I totally want to touch that steering wheel, but we're not going to do that tonight.
When you're connected to rider support. So sing your heart out. We can't hear you. You can also use the app or passenger screen to speak to a rider support agent at any time.
Kathleen, you raised a question. What speed are we going? You'll see, no matter where we're at, Waymo will never exceed the speed limit even by 1 mile an hour. So right now we are going exactly 45 miles an hour, and we just passed a sign that said the speed limit is also 45. And in fact, we're going 44 right now. If you want to stop, Waymo tends to pick linear routes. But you'll see here, there's somebody riding a bike along the side of the road. Thankfully, we're over here. I would share with you. I travel. I work in sales, and you know, I ride in a lot of cars, and I will share. I feel safer in a Waymo than I do, certainly with most Ubers. Waymo doesn't get tired. Waymo isn't angry. Waymo is just there to get you to your next destination, and mind you, in a very comfortable vehicle. One of the things I noticed a little bit earlier is the fact that Waymo will often follow very linear routes, right? Very straight roads, as we are right now. And so accordingly, when you're driving, you're going to see more Waymos out and about. Here you can also monitor your traffic. The software looks a lot like other driverless vehicles. I've seen similar software. It picks up the difference between trucks and vehicles and cars and all those good things. Here you can see that one that just pulled up there, and it was on the screen. So kind of some cool stuff. Another question here. The cost of a Waymo compares to an Uber. Generally speaking, I think there's two things. One, you don't have to tip Waymo. So right there, that saves you 20%. And generally speaking, I have not noticed as much surge pricing. Waymo didn't used to have any surge pricing, but as it has become more popular and more widely accepted, you'll see that it, in fact, there is some kind of surge pricing, but it isn't as pronounced as I've seen on Uber. So that's actually a really nice feature of Waymo, if you were to ask me. The cars are also generally cleaner than Ubers. They're probably more akin to a chauffeured vehicle. I would say that a Waymo in many ways is, gets you closer to a chauffeured vehicle experience at the price of an Uber, if not even a little bit less. So it's actually a nice night here in the valley, and I'm glad people are able to ride along and watch with us. This is, I don't know if we can, I'm sorry it's dark back there. I don't know how to turn on the lights without getting arrested by Waymo. Oh, here, we can do that. At least we can do that one. Does that give us anything? Not really. I was trying to show you the back seat. Sometimes I take the back seat, and that's also comfortable. And again, here we're coming at this stoplight at 45. I hope we stop. I'm just joking. I'm joking. It actually stopped very efficiently. A lot more smoothly, frankly, than most human drivers. I put myself in that category. So thank you for all your questions and comments. We have 19 minutes, so I have some more time. Ask me anything. This is Waymo After Dark. Have you ever... Oh, another question coming in. Have you ever had a drunk Waymo? No, Waymo does not drink. It is electrified in its own way. So you're very safe in that way. Have I ever had a challenge with a Waymo riding? I would say I've probably done about 20 Waymo rides, and so far, it's always been smooth. I can only say that make that same statement for a black car service I use back home, Limo Corp, which is first rate. But if I don't have Limo Corp, I think Waymo is great for more casual things. And actually, the vehicles are pretty well sized. The trunk, as you saw when I put in my luggage, not bad at all. So, this is sort of an impromptu thing. I'm glad that you guys are joining to watch tonight, and get a feel for what it's like to ride in Waymo, and even to do it as a front seat Waymo, which is, that's something a little bit different. Let's see. If we wanted support, we would simply push that button. We don't need any support. You can pull over, you can play music. Let's see if we have any more interesting features to share. Oh, camera privacy. The cameras are always on to check on riders, probably so I don't mess around with the steering wheel, which I want to do so bad. But here, you can see it, they glow like that, and you'll see another one in the back that's glowing. You kind of see that flashing light. That's where the cameras are, front and back. So, I like to wave and say, hey, thanks, Waymo. Somebody asked me, well, how do you feel about being filmed? Frankly, a lot of taxis or Ubers or cars you get in already film you anyway, so I don't think that's really any different. And frankly, there aren't many places you can go in the world where you're not being filmed anymore anyway, so there you have it. I think we are hitting Camelback Road. Looks like we're in Old Scottsdale right now. Also kind of a nice area. It's a gorgeous night here. It's in the 70s. And have a busy week ahead. But if you get to ride the Waymo, that makes it a little bit more fun. And here you can see we're at a relatively busy intersection. Waymo has no problem navigating this. There has been... somebody else has asked me earlier, do you have challenges with Waymo sort of making abrupt turns or having a hard time negotiating the ride? And I would share with you the answer is no. Waymo is as smooth or smoother than any human driver. So, I'm so glad you guys have stuck with this, because I'm having fun, and this gives me some friends to talk to until I get to the hotel and get back to work. So here you can see we are in, I'm pretty sure this is Scottsdale. Yeah, this looks like Old Scottsdale we're coming up on. And you get a feel for what that is. If we wanted to pull over, we could do that. Actually, that's so interesting. I kind of want to pull over. But that's okay. We have bags and stuff. There is the W Scottsdale. And here you'll find that, as we go through Old Scottsdale, there's a lot of restaurants and bars and other things to do. Really a good place to come check out. There's something for every taste and every budget, including some very fancy ones. So definitely check that out. We are going under what I think is probably one of the largest malls in the country nowadays, the Scottsdale Fashion Square. Wait, oh, we're changing lanes. Thanks, Waymo. We are riding. It's very scenic, and you'll see there's everything from a Motel 6 to very luxurious condos along the way. So, here you can watch your traffic here, and you can see, if you sort of look up, you can see as the cars turn, Waymo's already seen it. So, do we have anything else? Riding tips. I think we did the riding tips video, right? We did about this car. And see our route view. As you can see, I was sharing with you earlier, Waymo tends to like to pick pretty straight routes. Although, frankly, I think anybody you would be driving with would take this route along Camelback Road. It's super... it's probably the one that would make the most sense. So, I appreciate you all watching. I personally, I think Waymo now operates here in Phoenix through a good portion of the valley. Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale, I think North Scottsdale maybe. And you can see a map. You will find them in a portion of LA, around Santa Monica and Beverly Hills. A portion of the Bay Area, Austin, Texas, and I've heard that Waymo is starting to look at New York, which I think that's a really interesting market. I think that'd probably be a tough one, or frankly, a place like Boston where you have a lot of irregular streets and irregular traffic patterns. But hey, we'll see. The technology's pretty good, and the car is super fun. Oh, here, that's interesting. You can follow the car. Oh, there we go. We have a dynamic map. Oh, Keith, thank you for your comment. I am a crazy animal, and you should see what, the party that is going on in this Waymo. It is beyond. You'll notice I don't turn the camera on myself because it's just too wild. So, another question, I have not seen any Waymos do anything crazy driving. I suppose it's possible for the computer to get confused, but thus far I haven't. You'll notice we are driving 40 miles an hour. I think you can see that. Oh, I just slowed down to 39. And here is the speed limit. And I know we went past that quickly, but in fact, the speed limit is 40. So no speeding tickets tonight. Now, I still personally, my suggestion for Waymo is that they add some chatbots that you can talk with. And you could have, one that talks about local sports or sites, New York cabbie, etc., etc. I think it'd be a fun way to have an engaging experience. I personally actually like the solitude of a Waymo. I find it relaxing that you can do a phone call, you can do a live stream, or you can just be quiet, which is sometimes kind of nice. So, we have our bag and backpack in the back of the car, and when we get there, it will unlock it for us and actually raise the trunk. I've always had this concern that Waymo is going to drive off with my bag. Kathleen, I agree with you. I don't want to talk with a chatbot. I just think it would be fun, sort of like talking to Siri sometimes, to ask crazy questions. But no, frankly, I don't need to talk with a chatbot. There are stories, though, of people falling in love with chatbots, which I think is kind of a sad indictment of society today. So, we have 6 minutes until we arrive. Let's see. Turn on. Oh, that's kind of spooky. Falling in love with the chatbot. I'm joking. So, we have 6 minutes until we arrive, and we'll show you that arrival experience when we get there. But yes, in fact, to answer your question, it is possible. There are people that are falling in love with their chatbots. I think it was featured in the Atlantic or in the Journal. I'll have to find that article. I will say I do admire, being based in Chicago, I do admire the how smooth the roads are. When you don't have snow plows and salt and all that, it is amazing. Oh, this place, the Henry, is supposed to be very good for dinner. There's also, I'll give you a few other recommendations if you're looking for dining recommendations. I think we are coming up on, is this, not yet, Tower Bells Tavern, which is actually a really good spot too. So, but yes, we are actually, I believe we are now in the Biltmore area of Phoenix, which is a fun area. Again, similar to Scottsdale, a lot of good stuff going on. There are the Clayco offices. And as I said, pretty uneventful, easy riding. I'm a big fan. And, this is, what else can I share with you? Oh, I think we're coming up on Tar Bells once we pass this bridge. Am I right? No, not yet. And there's a few Tar Bells, but the original one is right here, and you'll still see Chef Tarbell often come out and see how you're enjoying your dinner. And they have also a Tarbell Cafe next to the restaurant, and you can eat outside. So that's probably one of my picks if you're looking for recommendations around here. Look at this road. I don't think I've seen a pothole yet. But again, without snow plows and salt and all that freeze-thaw cycle, it's amazing how good the roads can be. So you're probably thinking, well, hey, what's up next? Don't you worry, the arrival is going to be a lot of fun. We're getting there in 3 minutes. So stick with us. It's just, we weren't sure whether to go through the yellow or not. I always say, no cops, no stops. I've tried to tell Waymo that, and I know that this is being monitored, but Waymo actually follows all the rules. What else do we have? Oh yeah, right up here. You'll see there are condos that have been built around this plaza up here, which is where Tarbell's is, and I'll show you that. That's actually a good spot, though. They have, let's see, there's a restaurant, a cafe, a breakfast place, and a few other things. It's right in here. You can eat outside. It's always very good. It's always very popular. It's at Camelback and 32nd. Here's the world famous Keegan's, which is a good lunch spot. Popular for just everything. And you're going to see the AC Marriott Hotel, which is where we're headed tonight, is going to be right up here on the left. But I remember Waymo always does a turnaround up here. Interestingly enough, it's getting ready.
Almost there. Don't forget your phone, keys, or wallet, and any items in the trunk.
That's right. Oh, somebody still has Christmas lights up here on the back side. If I recall, yeah, Waymo has very specific places that it will turn. I think I can tell you exactly where this Waymo is going to pull over. It will not be in the Port Cochet. Here we go. It's going to be right up by that yellow orange cone. Oh, I'm totally wrong. We're in the Port Cochet tonight. All right. I totally got that one wrong. I hope we don't hit this beam. It's actually kind of aggressively taking us into the lobby. Okay.
You're here. Please make sure it's clear before exiting.
I sure will, Waymo. Hey, thanks for an amazing ride. Now, we'll show you this arrival experience. So, we'll be checking in just a moment. Here is our Waymo. It has already opened the trunk.
You too, brother. That is cool.
Yeah, right? It's super fun.
That is cool.
And we will say goodnight to Waymo. We'll give you a look as it pulls away. And there she goes into the night. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll be sure to include other updates soon. I realized the lighting in there was a little bit dark, but we do our best. So have a great night. Be safe, be well, stay warm, and be